In the heart of Boston, Kiara O'Rourke's life takes an unexpected turn when she receives a mysterious package from Ireland. The parcel contains an ornate amulet and a letter revealing that Kiara has inherited a cottage on Xoralia Island from her great-aunt Tilly O'Rourke, a relative she never knew existed. Along with the letter is a leather-bound book written in Gaelic, a language Kiara cannot understand, though she notes with interest that some chapters appear to be translating themselves into English. Kiara, who runs a successful apothecary shop specialising in herbal remedies, is initially sceptical. Her logical mind struggles to accept this sudden inheritance, especially since the island isn't marked on any map she can find. Her mother, Rachel, confirms that Tilly was indeed her great-aunt, though the family had lost touch decades ago. Despite her reservations, Kiara's curiosity wins out, and she decides to travel to Ireland to investigate this mysterious inheritance. Upon arriving in Dublin, Kiara makes her way to the coastal village of Rivercrest, where she meets Mauve, a kindly innkeeper who provides her with lodging. That night, Kiara experiences a vivid dream, one in a series of recurring dreams she's been having, in which she witnesses an ancient village with people dressed in homespun clothing and a mysterious man with a long grey beard performing some kind of ritual. These dreams feel unnervingly real, leaving her disoriented upon waking. The next morning, Kiara rents a small boat from a local fisherman who reluctantly provides directions to Xoralia Island, despite seeming confused about its existence. As she navigates through the coastal waters, a thick mist descends, and the amulet around her neck begins to warm against her skin. The mist parts to reveal an island that seems to emerge from nowhere, with lush green hills and a pristine beach. After securing her boat, Kiara follows a narrow path leading inland and discovers a quaint village with thatched roof cottages and cobblestone streets. The scene eerily resembles the village from her dreams, leaving her with a sense of déjà vu. As she explores, she encounters an older woman named Anna who seems to have been expecting her. When Anna mentions that she is the midwife for a woman in labour, Kiara, with her knowledge of herbs and healing, offers assistance. Later, Anna guides Kiara to the blue-doored cottage she has inherited. The cottage is charming and well-maintained, despite having been vacant since Tilly's passing. As they approach, Kiara notices how the locals regard her with curious glances, some seeming to recognise her, though she's never met them. Inside the cottage, Kiara finds a cosy interior filled with herbs, books, and whimsical figurines that suggest Tilly shared her love for plants and healing. Anna explains that Tilly was a respected healer in the village, leaving Kiara to wonder about this inherited connection to herbal medicine. After Anna departs, promising to return the next day to answer Kiara's growing list of questions, Kiara begins to explore her new property. The cottage proves to be both charming and mysterious. Kiara notices strange occurrences. Cupboards that were empty one moment appear fully stocked with food the next. A stove that seems to operate by magic rather than conventional means, and flowers that remain perpetually fresh. These inexplicable events leave her both fascinated and uneasy. As evening falls, a large Irish wolfhound appears at the cottage. The dog, whom Anna later identifies as Finn, belonged to Aunt Tilly and seems to have chosen Kiara as his new companion. The dog's presence provides comfort as Kiara continues to grapple with the strange reality of Xoralia Island. That night, Kiara experiences another vivid dream, this time witnessing the creation of a magical dome that conceals Xoralia from the outside world. Upon waking, she discovers that a previously indecipherable chapter in Tilly's book has translated itself into English, describing exactly what she saw in her dream, an enchanter named Sebastian casting a protective spell to hide the island from those who sought to harm its inhabitants for their paranormal abilities. In a moment of frustration at not being able to light a candle without matches, Kiara whispers a command for the candle to light itself, and to her shock, it does. This revelation of her own latent magical abilities leaves her reeling. Combined with her vivid dreams and the mysterious nature of the island, it becomes clear that there is more to her connection with Xoralia than merely inheriting a cottage. Overwhelmed by these discoveries, Kiara resolves to leave the island the next morning. She writes a hasty note to Anna and heads to the beach where she left her boat, only to find it has mysteriously vanished. As panic sets in, Finn appears at her side, having somehow escaped the cottage to follow her. With no way to leave the island, Kiara realises she must stay and confront the mysteries surrounding her inheritance and newfound abilities. Meanwhile, in another part of Xoralia, in a kingdom called Galador, Lord Arden Heatherwood faces his own destiny. As the heir to the position of head sorcerer, tradition dictates that he must find his destiny mate, his true soulmate, before he can fully claim his birthright. Arden is reluctant to follow this traditional path, preferring to marry for love rather than duty. His mentor, the current head sorcerer, Enchanter Sebastian, the same man Kiara saw in her dreams, visits Arden at Castle Kinblain to discuss the growing disturbances in the magical balance of Xoralia. Sebastian insists that finding Arden's destiny mate is crucial not just for tradition, but for the future protection of their realm. Though resistant to the idea, Arden eventually agrees to a modest ceremony where eligible women from Heatherwood, the capital of Galador, will be presented to him. Sebastian suggests that each candidate create an amulet representing themselves, and that Arden's own amulet, which he has worn since birth, will help guide him to his true destiny mate. Sebastian assures Arden that when he meets his destiny mate, there will be an instant knowing in his heart, a connection that defies explanation. Despite his reservations about this arranged method of finding a wife, Arden agrees to proceed with the ceremony, understanding its importance for the continued safety and prosperity of Xoralia. As these two storylines unfold separately, the parallels between Kiara and Arden become increasingly apparent. Both possess magical abilities, both wear special amulets, and both are grappling with destinies they never chose but cannot escape. Kiara's dreams provide glimpses into Xoralia's history, including the magical dome created by Sebastian, who is now mentoring Arden. The connection between their worlds, though not yet direct, is clearly building toward an inevitable intersection. Kiara's discovery of her own magical abilities, lighting a candle with her mind, hints at her latent powers, while Arden's position as heir to the head sorcerer speaks to his established magical lineage. Both characters find themselves at crossroads. Kiara must decide whether to embrace this new world and her connection to it, while Arden must reconcile his desire for personal freedom with his duty to his kingdom. The mystical island of Xoralia serves as the backdrop for this unfolding tale, with its hidden village of Everfalls, where Kiara's cottage is located, and the royal domain of Galador, where Arden resides in Castle Kinblain. The island itself seems alive with magic, from Kiara's self-stocking cupboards to the protective dome that keeps it concealed from the outside world. Finn, the Irish wolfhound, appears to be more than just a pet. His intelligence and timely appearances suggest a deeper connection to the island's magic and possibly to Kiara's destiny. His loyalty provides Kiara with a much-needed companion as she navigates this strange new world. The leather-bound book left by Aunt Tilly continues to reveal its secrets gradually, with chapters translating themselves as Kiara experiences corresponding dreams. This suggests that the book is not merely a record of Xoralia's history, but possibly a guide for Kiara's journey, revealing information as she becomes ready to receive it. As the story reaches its current point, Kiara finds herself stranded on Xoralia, with no immediate way to return to her life in Boston. Her initial shock and desire to escape have given way to a reluctant acceptance that she must remain on the island long enough to understand her connection to it. Meanwhile, Arden prepares for a ceremony that will determine his future partner, unaware that his destiny mate may not be found among the candidates from Heatherwood, but rather in a newcomer to Xoralia who is just beginning to discover her own magical heritage. The stage is set for their worlds to collide, a Boston herbalist with newly awakened magical abilities, and a reluctant sorcerer bound by tradition and duty. Their meeting seems inevitable, guided by the unseen hand of fate and the magic that permeates the very air of the island between worlds.